I'm Robin Marshall, and I just wanted to make this my first video because I've had a lot of people asking me about materials that I use and why I use them, so I thought I'd show you a few of them so you can see. We're going to start with my eraser that I promote as often as I can because it is the best one I've ever used. It's the Tombow Mono Zero Eraser, and this is what it looks like. It's perfect because it has a retractable core, and so you can snip off the edge of the eraser to make really fine lines. It's amazing. You can buy refills for it. It's available on Amazon. Another tool is a blending smudger tool that I use. It's just basically rolled up piece of paper that's good for blending graphites and charcoals. And another important tool is a mechanical pencil. It doesn't matter what brand, what style. For a long time I used ones from the dollar store. Those work great, but as you get to experience and know more of what you want and what you need, then you'll realize other brands may work better for what you're looking for. For my general graphite pencils that I use, I love the Staedtler typical blue pencil. For me, I found that they work the best. I prefer them to any other ones on the market. They seem to run very smoothly, and they have a very good selection between gradients and sizes. I usually stick with, when I'm drawing, I start with a 2B. I find that it's just hard enough that you can draw your outlines with it, but still be able to erase it and not see your outlines at the end. I find that the 4H's, the really hard ones, though they may be light, when you're drawing your outlines, they tend to dent the paper and leave a little crease. So you definitely don't want that for when you erase. So I generally stick with a 2B or a B weight lead pencil. That way you can erase it, you don't see it at the end. For these pencils, they typically only go to 6B, which is pretty black, but the darker you get, you're going to get more sheen from the graphite. So I found an 8B one that is as black as I can get without going to charcoal. Highly recommend it, especially if you're doing lots of dark drawings and you don't want that typical metallic graphite sheen on it. And my last tool that I use is a molded kneadable eraser. This is the most amazing thing. You can mold it and shape it. To clean it, you just stretch it out and then it'll be like new again. It's really good for covering large areas or to add some subtle textures. If you want to get a really straight line, then you just pinch it like this, and then you have your really straight line erase. I would never do a drawing without this. I've even had it actually erase pen, which is pretty hard to do. You have to work at it for a while, but it doesn't damage the paper. I also use Canson XL watercolor paper for all my either graphite drawings, charcoal drawings, and as well as watercolor painting, since it's a watercolor paper. It's got amazing heavy texture to it, and it's a cold pressed paper. I find that it holds up very well, and it's got a good weight to it. Last tool that I use is just a brush, a typical brush you can buy at a dollar store or any art store that you want. It's perfect for blending graphite powder, which I make myself at the moment. You can just buy any graphite stick and sand it down, and then you just get the powder. You just want to make sure that you wear a mask, because as you inhale it, it's not very good for your lungs. But that's about it. So those are the main core tools that I use. We'll get into paper styles and sizes and techniques of how to use graphite powder, charcoal powder, when you would use what and why, and we'll get into that in another video. So thank you for listening to my first ever YouTube video, and I hope that was informative and it gave you some insider looks to the tools of what I use and why. And I will see you later. Thanks.